This is Damon Stevens with Wealth Builders. Today is Tuesday, December 28th, 2021, and this is stock market update for trades of the day. Kind of a flat market, but definitely had opportunities. Let's get right into it and see what happened in the market today. Looking at the Dow Jones, it was up 0.26%, NASDAQ down 0.56%, and S&P 500 down 0.1%. So mostly flat overall for the day. The FANG stocks were kind of flat for the most part. Amazon was up just a little bit. Disney definitely up. But, overall, after a long climb, it looks like we were taking that rest finally. Looking at the heat map here, you can kind of see that. So, what do we expect going forward? Well, we are seeing the rally hit. So just a matter of, do we continuation through the rest of this week, or do we, remain flat and create a bull flag here? So we'll see. As we go along, looking at the scanner, RBI, ISIG were the top two. I did try to get on the ISIG a little bit, grabbed a little bit of it, but not a whole lot. Here's a chart to see it. You can see we rallied up from under $11 to $23. So even if you miss this first part here on the first part of the scanner, around 7:45, it did drop down just around 18:35 and gave you the rally to 23. You missed the 23 here, which is the second time. Usually what you'll see on most of these small caps, you get at least two tries, two attempts during the day. And then we've talked about in multiple videos, towards the end of the day, a lot of times these just sell off if they're not going to provide you another opportunity, which looks like that's exactly what happened with ISIG. So hopefully if you missed the first part, which I missed the first one, got the second one. So hopefully you got some of this and we're profitable, and you can see that we kind of trailed off. Don't know if this is going to give us another day on this, or if this is just a one-time thing. So just be careful of that. If you are holding some of that, make sure you're blocking your profits in. So Santa Claus rally, just to review this again. So typically, most of the time, we see, the last 5 days and 2 days in January, we see, positive earnings and returns in the index, S&P 500. So hopefully we'll see that. AVGO hit a new high and then pulled back a little bit here, which, we suspected that at some point that with this big long run that we're going to have some type of pullback, retracement, which we did today. So looking at, we're still holding the trend on this chart here. So looking to see, do we pop back up here, or do we start to break through here and break down? So we'll see tomorrow. Just be careful on this one. We should be topping out here at some point. The goal is really to try to get up here closer to 700 before we topped out, but we'll see what it provides. But it is resting, which you can see it consolidated here for a little bit down here in this the $620 range before breaking out again. So just watch that one. Just be careful if you're in it. Tesla came up, hit our downward resistance line. You can see here we just been chopping back and forth down in a downward momentum. Try to break out today. Closed below, which shows a little bit of weakness. So we could either trail back down again to this lower trend line, or possibly get enough energy to bust out. So we'll see what Tesla does in the morning. If it can go above this 1100, we could possibly rally back up towards 1200. If it breaks down, doesn't hold this at 1100 level, then and get back above there, then we could possibly be tracing down through this channel. So just be aware that we're kind of at a critical part for Tesla. SPY gapped up to new high, or actually did gap up, but hit new highs, but then backed off a little bit. So we'll see, do we retrace this candle, this breakup candle, this large one, or do we, continue to rally back up? So something to monitor and look for to see, what happens with the SPY. Hoping to hit that 480 or higher. I was thinking it was going to hit probably like 401, 402, 481 or 482 before pulling back. But this is a long candle. We should have support here at 472 if it does break down. So just be aware, depending on what the price action is tomorrow morning, look pre-market and the first 30 minutes of the day to see kind of what direction we're headed, whether it's north or south. All right, and then Disney. Disney was one we added on here. Looking at this one, you can see we had this big pullback, and then you have this kind of W shape, which we've been talking about in several stocks. So is this a double bottom here for Disney? It rallied up and crossed over this line, which is what you're looking for, and it closed above it. Typically, that means it's more of a bullish momentum, and we should be able to break up here and start going, above these moving averages. So if we get a pullback tomorrow below this 154.66 level, we could possibly pull back down. But if we can hold above that, we should start to rally up here. So Disney has a potential to rally up here. Netflix. See here, we had this big pull back in this channel, try to break up through the line here. We're just consolidating right now in this bull flag. So you can see this little flag here. So hopefully that means we can, get momentum going again. It did close at the bottom of that, which I don't like, but we'll see what happens in the morning if we can stay and maintain and get above that 20 moving average. Looking at Shopify. So we were in this downward trend as well. Started busting back through and then pulled back again. So we're actually close just below the 200, which is not what I wanted to see on Shopify. So, hopefully it can bounce back up here over that 200. If it can get back over, at this 1379 area and rally back up, we could possibly, this could be a little check in and then we could possibly rally up. So we'll see if that's the case. That is, and we could continue to rally with Shopify. If it stays below the 200, we could possibly come back here and double bottom here back down to 1290. So just be aware of that. Nvidia. So nice run up, hit resistance still on our resistance line here and pulled all the way back down here to the 5 moving average and then bounce back up. So we're looking for a breakout above 307 to continue up, or if not, then, we're tracing this whole breakup candle. So we could come down here to 296 or 297 or break even lower. So hopefully we hold this and rally back up and get past that resistance line that we hit today. Looking at Align, LAGN. See here, we're just kind of back and forth in this descending triangle here. So, do we come up here and hit the top again? If we do, a 685 would be resistance. We come back down here at the bottom, you're looking at, around 617. So it could be that we can consolidate and break up, we could consolidate and break down. Typically, if it's coming from the bottom up, you're going to see continuation up north, typically. So just looking for that breakout opportunity, but we could consolidate here and you'll see on some other charts the same type of pattern. So looking for this consolidation to tighten and then break out. Facebook, you can see here we've been on this downward trend here. Try to break out. We had this nice gap up today, and then it pulled back and closed flat and below our trend line, upper trend line. So, can we rally back out again? It fell today, so it might need a little bit more time. It could also break down here if it doesn't get momentum. We have a gap down here to fill as well, around 339. ARC, you can see here that, it's been this downward trend, came up, bounced off the 20 and off of our trend line and it's coming down. So this could come down here, possibly bottom out again around this 89 level, and if it doesn't rally back up. But, it did show weakness again today. So, very most likely we're coming back down. NVAX, you see here, we talked about completing this double bottom here, possibly. It started coming down today and then it rallied back up. So, still could possibly be a double bottom and we could rally from here, but still showing weakness. It's below all the moving averages, which means we're more likely coming down than we are going up. So looking to see if this can break out, above 170. If not, we could come down to this 139.72 area for a double bottom. Moderna and our stocks, you can see here that we came back down, almost coming down here to our lower trend line and lower support line. So this could be a double bottom created here. We'll watch and see what the price action, make sure it doesn't break through that 233.51 area. But definitely coming back down here, showing some weakness still. And the same goes with BNTX. See here, we broke below the 200. Hopefully we find support where we had it here before. We broke down our trend line, but we came back and found support again on the same support line. So hopefully we hit that same place and we can rally off of there. Looking at U.S. government bonds, you can see here, is kind of bouncing back and forth through this range. So pretty much kind of going straight across, and actually put this other line in here because you see that we may just consolidate here for a while before we get energy to move either up or down from here. So watching the bonds here and what they're doing to see, you know, which way we're going to break up or break down. US oil, you can see US oil here that we closed flat for the second day. So just consolidating here, possibly creating a bull flag here to move up. But right now we're sitting here pretty flat, but we're above all the moving averages, which is a good bullish indicator. Dollar just continues to consolidate for weeks here in this little channel here. So not much moving there. VIX still closing down lower. That's great for the rally. As long as we stay below 20, we should be able to continue this rally into the end of the year. The SPY. So new highs on the SPY. We didn't hit the 480, which, you know, is kind of what we're looking for, or 41.33 possibly. So looking to see if this is going to continue with momentum up, or if it's going to pull back possibly down this breakup candle. If we do pull back, we could pull back to this 475 level, or possibly down towards the bottom of this candle at 472. Hopefully we can hold support there if it does pull back. Triple Q's working its way towards new high. Got resistance here at 408.71. So trying to see if we can get up there. If we lose momentum, should have support down here at 398. Semiconductors, see here, we rallied up here, but we did pull back at the end of the day. So a little bit of weakness in and out of the day, but obviously we didn't get above this 318. So the 318.82 is our goal. So if we can rally it back up here towards these highs. Dow Jones, try to get above our resistance area. Did pull back a little bit, but still held most of the day. So see if we can break this 365.64 level and continue to new highs. IWM, nice rally back up. Try to rally up, hit a resistance level here at 225.82 and pull back. So again, a lot of these pulled back from today, which means there is some resistance there. We got to break through. Didn't have enough energy to do it today. So today was possibly more of a resting day. We might consolidate for a while and create a bullish flag before going up. So we'll see what happens in the morning, pre-market and the first part of the market to see, you know, which way these indexes are going to go. Financials hit our resistance line. Sees this descending triangle here. So it could be that we could bounce back and forth down here before breaking up or down, unless we can break through here. So it attempted to break out today and it failed. So we'll see what tomorrow brings if we're going to consolidate or possibly break down and go through this triangle. But at least you kind of have an idea of, you know, where the resistance and support lines are going to be for the financials. Bitcoin, we have this descending triangle here that we created here, and you can see here that this trend line here that you can see it's been going down. Try to break up above it a couple of days ago and trading days ago, and it failed. And right now sitting flat. So still got some momentum to do, work to do. It could possibly come down here. It should have support down here around this 47,000. If it breaks down through here, we could come down, clear, you know, down to 42. That should provide support, but hopefully, you know, Bitcoin can get the strength and bounce off of here. But it did have resistance again today. Rose you can see here, all new highs today. It's almost hit 40 cents. The original high here was, 38. And you can see this nice little W. So breaking above this means it's very bullish. See that we did that. It came retraced all the way back here to our prior high. So if we can bounce off here, you know, then hopefully we can move back up and hopefully hit our trend line again, upper trend line. Luna, it missed going up to our trend line up here, pulled back here. It's consolidating right now above the old highs. So it's still doing well. So looking for a continuation here. It's above the 20 moving average. So looking for continuation back up. Matic, same thing. It had to pull back off the highs. And it's now working its way back up this breakdown candle. So hopefully we can rally back up here and hit new highs on Matic as well. So good crypto. CRV, you see here we got this pattern started in a triangle. So it came up, hit the top, came down, hit the base a few times, back up to the top, hit at top of our trend line again. So you can see it's formed this nice pattern, very similar to what you see in the stocks. And so we'll see if this kind of continues to chop forward and then bounce out or bounces down. But we have our support resistance lines in here, so we can see what this does. But if this gives us a range to trade, we'll continue to trade it as it consolidates down before it decides which direction to break out. AVAX, same things happening. So you can see here, got our trend lines in here, and you see this triangle, and it's just bouncing off the top and bottom of this triangle. So we'll see where it consolidates and see if it can bust up, hopefully, and work its way towards new highs. If it fails, it's obviously going to drop through. But right now, usually this direction here, when it's coming from the bottom, it's going to break up to the top. So we'll see what happens. But AVAX still doing well for us and giving us a great pattern to trade. So that's our cryptos. That's our small caps, our large caps, and everything that's going on in the market today that we're tracking and opportunities. So we're looking for continuation plays. Looking very bullish right now. So we'll see what happens in the market the rest of this week. Stay safe out there. Make sure you're looking at your overall portfolios, looking at your profits, and also be careful. We are at the top of the market. So, is there going to be some selling at the end of the year too? That's a possibility. Portfolios are going to be, reevaluated, and also people have tax things that they're working on and strategies. And so just be careful out there. Be prepared for anything on the upside or downside of the market. If the rally continues, we'll see a good market for at least the next few days and few trading days. Remember, Friday, the market's closed. And be safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow night. See how your day went.